Welcome to day 2 of Chanmas, and you'll notice I have my Santa hat. Shout out to my mom. I yesterday kicked off day 1 of Chanmas, and I said, I wish I had a Santa hat for these 12 days. Like, I should have ordered that. I don't know why I didn't think ahead. And then I wake up this morning, and my husband and I go to breakfast. I come back from breakfast, and there's an Amazon bag at my front door, which is very normal. Like, there's always Amazon bags coming. So I literally was like, I must have forgotten that I ordered something, which happens. And then I open it up and it's a Santa hat. And it was for my mom because she watched the beginning of my video. So shout out to Mom. Love you so much. Now we can really get into the vibe of the 12 days of Chanmas and do this properly. I also woke up very excited about today's training because I love talking about business. I love talking about content. I love talking about how to grow your presence online. It's just something that I feel very obsessed with. So I'm really excited for today's topic because we're going to be getting into how to create a signature series in your content and why that's going to allow you to cut through the noise and become this well-respected thought leader in your space. It's going to be massive. Before we get into that, just a reminder, the 12 Days of Chanmas is a challenge for you. So if you want to join, no pressure. But the rules of the challenge are if you share this replay to your Instagram stories, now share it only if you feel like it's valuable. This isn't just a challenge to do a challenge. If you liked this Instagram live, share it to your Instagram stories. Make sure you tag me so that we see it. And you will get a free seat to my upcoming masterclass. It's the first week of January. And this masterclass is going to be called 2025 Exposed. And I'm going to be sharing all the strategies, all the things that I did to create a 6-figure year in my business. And if you want to take it up a notch and you share 5 of the 12 days of Chanmas to your stories and you tag me, then you will be entered to win a content audit, which is something that I do. It's usually $300 and above, but I would be entering you to win this for free, where I audit all of your content for you. You get this recorded video of me going through your content and breaking it down, what's working, what you could improve upon, how to become a little bit more clear and convert more people into your world. Whew. So that is a challenge. Now let's get into today's topic, because today, and I'm looking at my notes over here because I want to make sure that I stay on task. When we talk about creating a signature series in your content, this is massive. And actually, as I was creating this, I'm like, I need to get back into this. I need to do more of this because this is so powerful and it should feel so natural. I think so often we try so hard to perfect our messaging. We try so hard to be convicted or whatever it is that they're saying you need to be, have more authority. Whereas if you were to just take this strategy of what I'm about to teach you and apply this and have fun with it, you would sell more than you've ever sold in your entire career, guaranteed. So when we talk about creating a signature series in your content, this is actually also going to give you a real content strategy. You're going to actually know what you're posting and where you're going with it, and that's going to be really fun for you. So when you create a signature series, you're also going to become known for this thing. So we'll get into why that's important. And you're going to be bringing people along for a particular journey so that they can actually learn from you in real time, which is, again, a leg up. So if you want to become an authority, this is the quickest, you're going to quantum leap. You're going to literally collapse time. Hi, oh my gosh, miss you so much. So if you are a female thought leader in this space and you mentor other women or you coach other women, these signature series are actually non-negotiable, in my opinion. Here's why this matters. The reason that you would create a signature series is not what you're probably thinking. So you're probably used to watching series on TikTok, or a lot of people used to do them on Instagram. It's kind of faded out and I don't know why, but you're probably thinking okay, that's going to be lifestyle content. And I would say absolutely not. We are business women. We're not posting lifestyle content. That's not going to increase your authority. What you're going to do as a female thought leader is you're going to create this signature series with a through point result, a through point topic, and it's going to answer a very particular question in the scroller's mind. So if we're talking scroller psychology, which is one of my favorite things that I made up, if we're talking scroller psychology, when someone's scrolling past your feed or past like the explore page, whatever it is, all they're thinking subconsciously is what's in it for me? Like, what can I get from this? What can I take from this? And that's not selfish. That's just how people are. Like, we are wired to spend time on content that we can take something from. So place that in your mind as you're creating content, but especially for this series, the reason why your content isn't doing 90% of the selling for you. So you create content every single day. You are a female running your business, and you're trying to get more clients, but you feel like your content isn't doing the selling for you. And here's why. You're not known for a very specific thing yet. Period. Like, you are not known for one particular solution yet. And this is really important. Aw, Chan, our content queen. Thank you so much. I miss you. I hope you're doing so good. When you are looking to have people hire you, they're not just making sure that you have good coaching skills. Like, they're not just like, oh, do I like this person? Yes, that's part of the equation, and we're going to achieve that. But the thing that you're not leading with is you're not leading with, I have a solution to this, and I talk about it all the freaking time. So here's the thing. I am very much known for content. That is what people come to me. They hire me to make better content. That's what I'm known for. And I'm still increasing that perception. Like, that never ends. But what people don't probably know is, like, I also coach business strategy. I also coach energetics. I also coach mindset. And that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that, because when they get into my world, they'll get some of that. And I do definitely like sprinkle that here and there. But my through point is I'm a content coach. I help you with branding on social media. And this is really, really, really crucial, because it's not that you don't have a good offer. It's not that you don't have a good program. And it's definitely not that you're not a good coach. Like, you're probably really brilliant at what you do, but you're not known for one specific thing. So people can't put in their mind, like, yes, she's the go-to for that. Evie says, sorry, simple systems for growing teams. I would even break that down even more. Like, what do simple systems mean? Like, are you talking like funnels? Are you talking for growing teams? And then growing teams is like, what do we mean with growing teams? Like, I think we could break that down even more. That has been my struggle for so long. Yeah, like, and again, I would use this, Evie. I would actually take this and use this signature series, because one thing that I've noticed that we all do too is, like, we try to sit down and we try to make it crystal clear what we do versus moving through it, which I know you do that, so I'm not calling you out, but moving through it in your content in real time is going to help you become crystal clear in what you do. And it's going to be like killing two birds with one stone. Is that the saying? Your audience is also going to become crystal clear on what you do when you do the signature series. So this is going to really help you. I would love to see you do this, actually. But you create a series that helps you accomplish being known for one thing. So let's get into, we're going to talk about like what a series is. We're going to talk about how you can do this. We're going to talk about the framework, and we're going to create a plan together so that you can start doing this before the year even ends. It's going to be really fun, and it's not going to feel like a heavy lift. That's another thing. So when you're creating a signature series, yes, absolutely. Amen to that. You are going to create a through point topic. And what I mean by through point topic is, for example, if you're a weight loss coach, okay, you might create a series on, and I use this topic all the time because I feel like it helps you conceptualize. But if you're a weight loss coach, you might create a series on everything I'm doing to feel confident in postpartum. Now, let's say you are a weight loss coach and you just had a baby and you're in postpartum. You're going to turn that into your signature series. Here's what most people miss. They think, instead of creating a series of like what you're actually doing in real time, they think that I need to create a series where I teach something like similar to what I'm doing with the 12 Days of Chanmas. This is not a series, in my opinion. This is an experience. A series is where you are embodying the experience yourself versus coming on and saying, okay, I'm going to teach this topic today. I'm going to teach this topic tomorrow. I'm going to teach that topic tomorrow on things that you already know. That's not a series. A signature series is you unfolding in real time the experience. Like, here's what I did on day 1. Here's what I did on day 2. Like, and you're taking them with you on the journey versus here is step 1 and here is step 2. This actually brings people along for the journey. And I remember my sister said this one time and it stuck with me forever. And I don't think this is even her original quote, but giving her credit where credit is due. She always says she's built this massive brand, and she says that her motto is always I'm the come with me girl. I'm not the look at me girl. And I think so often we get stuck in this, I have to talk about my results. I have to talk about my achievements. I have to wait until I make 10K months to teach people how to make 10K months. It's no, it's be the come with me girl. If your goal is 10K months and you're a business coach, you need to create a series on how everything you're doing to get to 10K months and bring people along for the journey. The moment that you do that, and then you drop the program of here's my group program where I teach you how to make 10K months, you have people sold. They're invested. They've been with you along the journey. You didn't have to prove anything. You didn't have to convince anything. They're bought in. They want in on this journey with you. So that would be a signature series. So okay, you're demonstrating the evolution through your own eyes, through yourself. You are embodying this evolution, this progression. So stick with me. We're going to talk quickly because if you're in my community, if you're in my world, you know that I teach the 6 languages of content. And one of those languages I call Era's content. And I actually created Era's content, the concept, a year ago. And it has come a really long way. But it's one of the 6 content languages that I teach. And I want to distinguish that if you've heard me teach Era's content, this signature series is not Era's content. They're 2 totally different things. And the reason that I want to distinguish that is because Era's content is you being human. And I'm not going to go into a whole Era's training. That's all included in the Evolution content membership that I host. But the Era's content is different because it's not directly tied to your brand. So it's actually very off-brand, and that's intentional. And inside of the signature series, this is actually tied exactly to the topic that you teach. So you're leading by example through this series. You are embodying the transformation. You're showing versus telling. It's a big, big difference. So I'm going to give you an example of, as I was putting together my notes for this training and trying to teach you how to create a signature series, I was what could I create a signature series on right now? And I'm oh, I really need to do this because I got excited about it. Something that I'm working on right now that is closely tied to my business. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Substack. I feel I keep talking about this. I just talked about it in my podcast, and here I am again. But I just got on Substack, which is another platform, and it's a very interesting platform. It's just to describe what it is, it's if you were to take blogs and email newsletters and Twitter or X and you combined them all, that's what Substack is. It's fascinating. And I love writing. It's a creative outlet for me. And I also love social media. So I'm I'm going to go see what Substack is all about. So as I'm creating this training for you on day 2 of Chanmas, I'm what would I create a signature series on right now? And what I could do is I could create a signature series on how to start a successful Substack. Now, here's where this is very important. When you're titling your series, you need to be very clear on where you're going. So if all I said was how to start a successful Substack, I'm going to attract people who want to start a Substack. They might be interested in it. But if I were to shift that title to I'm going from 0 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers on Substack, come with me on the journey. Very different mentality. So you see, I am very clear about where I'm going. I'm also crystal clear for the scroller to understand where I'm going. And if you're a scroller and you're interested in learning Substack, or you want to diversify your exposure in your social media platforms, you're going to perk up. You're going to be oh, I need to pay attention to what she's doing because if this works, I want to do what she did. So you see how that happens there. Now, the one caveat, which I love that the personal development tied to content creation is massive. You think that starting a business and running a business is personal development. I would argue that the deeper personal development is content creation. You really go for a journey here of who am I? What do I have to say? Does this even matter? Is this stupid? Does this make sense? All of the things along the way. So I forget where I was going with that, but when I'm teaching this Substack series, part of my brain immediately goes to, okay, well, if I bring them along for the journey and I share everything that I'm doing, would they ever pay me to learn Substack? Probably not, because if I'm giving it all away, and that is bull crap. That is bull crap. And I said this yesterday in the Chit Chat Reel training. on day one, where if you have this mentality of like, I'm going to gatekeep some of this information because they need to hire me for that, that is probably why people are not hiring you. There's a subconscious energy to that. And if you feel like you don't have enough wisdom to share to achieve giving all of it away on your content, and then when they come to you, they learn even more, like we gotta work through that. So that's why I say that's like the personal development part, where it's like, discover yourself a little bit more and dig deeper. Like, why are you holding that back? Why are you gatekeeping that? And what would happen if you set yourself free from that limiting belief? You probably explode. So instead of teaching Substack, if I were to do this signature series in a way where I'm recording like, okay, you got to click here and you have to put your name here, and here's where you create your newsletter title, and here's all the systemization behind the scenes of how you do this, that's not what people are going to find interesting. Let me be very clear. If I'm starting a Substack, they're not going to find it. And I've studied this. I've studied signature series, so I know what works. Ooh, that's good, Evie. How I'm growing a 7-figure business by removing myself from it. A mother freaking men. And then listen to this part, because this is going to be huge. So instead of saying like, okay, here's how I set up my Substack about page, and I bring people through that. That is not what people are going to be interested in. What they want to see is, I might set up like, so last night, for example, it was Friday night, and we're sitting on the couch, and we ordered Uber Eats. We got like this, I love Lebanese food. I'm 25% Lebanese, and I feel like it's like in my blood. Like, I love Mediterranean food. So we ordered Mediterranean, and we're sitting on the couch. My husband's watching football, and I open up my laptop and I write an article on Substack, because that's what I find fun right now. I could have set up my phone and I could have recorded from the moment the Uber Eats came to the door, from the moment I sat on the couch and got comfy and got my like LaCroix, whatever, and I'm writing my article. I could have recorded that entire thing, and I could have put a voiceover on top of it to share exactly like in real time. Like, it's Friday night, we ordered in, I'm writing a Substack newsletter because I'm going from 0 to 1,000 subscribers within the next 30 days or something like that on Substack. This would be part of my signature series. Now, this is going to accomplish so much versus like trying to teach all the time. You are documenting what's actually happening. So when you think about this, it's less of the mechanics of what you're doing, less of the mechanics and more of the embodiment. Show your life. And a lot of the times it's like, just set up your phone and record yourself in real time, and then you can do a voiceover, or you can do this in like vlog style where you're like actually recording yourself. I would say this is going to work less in a carousel. It's not going to be as potent as you want it to be in a carousel. So keep that in mind. All right. So why the signature series works. When you create this series from embodiment, from leading by example, you are going to skyrocket your perception that you're an authority. Skyrocket. And I'm like, it is going to go from 0 to 100 when you do this. And I want you to think about some of the people who have done this. It's actually pretty rare. And that is because we're overthinking these things. So if I were to create this Substack series, I would become known for Substack. I would become known for the girl who's growing her Substack in some people's minds that are watching this series. Not because I said I was an expert. I need to pause, dramatic pause in that moment. Not because I said I was an expert, but because people are watching me become one. People are witnessing in real time that I'm putting in the work toward a specific end result. People are more interested. Crystal, mwah, I love you so much. Oh my God, I needed to see this beautiful face this morning. Mary, Mary. Seriously, my mom got me this hat. So freaking cute. Okay, so when people are watching your signature series, they're more interested in the journey because you are doing, not just talking. That's exactly it. And they become very interested in this. Like, you become entertaining without ever trying. You are not forcing people to believe I'm an authority. I know what I'm talking about. You don't have to do anything except be yourself. The people who want the actual steps, the people who want the mechanics, the engineering of it all, guess what they're going to do? They're going to hire you. They're not even going to think twice. They're going to be like, oh, okay, I need to hire this person. And it's going to happen quicker than you think it is. So that's the thing, is like, this is the easiest way to become an authority in your content. This is almost, in my opinion, like required if you're a beginner in business, but also this is something that it shouldn't be a non-negotiable for those who are posting all the time. Like this should be added into your content strategy because if you're not getting clients straight from your content, we need to talk. First of all, that's a problem. You don't need to do sales calls. Like you don't need to do the most. You don't have to like be super salesy. You don't have to discount everything. You don't have to wait for the next flash sale. Like this is it right here. This is the core of what you should be doing. And I can speak from this because this is everything that I do. I don't do sales calls. Like I don't do any of that stuff. I barely even send like a series of sales emails. I will send emails when I'm selling something, but it's because I feel like it. Like this is honestly like if you were to just take a moment and embrace like beginnership in a certain thing that you're working towards, or embrace the experimentation. Remember yesterday, I'm starting to be confused now. Like I feel like I record podcasts and now I'm on lives and it's like all these things. But I think yesterday I mentioned that my motto is experience over everything. And if you were to take that motto, you can have it if you want, and apply that to your content and show the experience over everything, and you documented the experimentation of what you're doing in real time, your leadership, your confidence, your willingness to be seen is going to literally rise so fast above all of the competition in your niche. Like you will set yourself apart so quickly. And this comes with a level of willing to be a little bit less polished. Let me say that again. This comes with a level of you being willing to be a little less polished. This is not going to look perfect. It's not going to be perfectly curated. You're going to it's going to feel a little uncomfy at first, but you'll get used to it. And to be honest, when you demonstrate that you are willing to be a beginner in something, or you're working towards something, when you demonstrate your discipline to be consistent, so again, a signature series, it's going to require you to be consistent and show up. When you demonstrate that you're setting goals and doing like the work to get there, when you are showcasing your confidence that you're actually showing people what's going on in your life, guess what? You're demonstrating the characteristics of what people actually hire. You're demonstrating characteristics of your ideal client. Like you don't want to work with someone who's like, oh, that looks like too much work. Like good for you, but like I can't do that. Like I don't care. Like I could have all the money in the world. If I'm working with women that I have to constantly motivate, I'm miserable. So it's like when you demonstrate the signature series in real time of what you're working towards, you're going to call in the woman who's like, yo, I love that you're doing that work. I want to do that work too. And that is so powerful. So I want to give you like one more example so that you can kind of make this make sense for a signature series. Let's say that you are a business coach, okay? You're a business coach for female coaches online building their businesses. And you want to create a signature series, and you could create a signature series on come with me while I build an online course that's going to become my new signature program. And I'm going to get 100 women in, whatever, the first time I do it, or I'm going to change 10 lives or something like that. Okay. Now, keep in mind, you are a business coach. You have created courses before. You're not like, this is something that you've done before. So I want you to take this into consideration that you don't have to just start something new. That's why I'm giving you this example. But you want to bring people along for the journey of what it looks like in real time to build a signature course. So you might set up your phone and record yourself sitting at your desk typing. Maybe you're on a walk and you're like getting inspiration, you're getting excited, or listening to a podcast. Maybe other moments in your life where ideas come to you. You record all these clips, and then you do a voiceover where you kind of like talk about what you're thinking when it comes to this course, what you're dreaming about, what you're deciding, what you're feeling, what you have to do next, like what's on your list. And these are all the places that would perceive you as an authority without you ever selling. So you take people along for the journey of like, I'm building a new signature course for my offer suite. And here's what it's all about. Here's my ideas. Here's what I get excited about. Here's what I'm challenged by. Here's how I'm feeling about it. Here's what I want it to represent. Here's my plan of why this is important to me. And then all of a sudden you go to launch this course and your audience is ready. They're ready. Let's not record how ideas come to me in the shower. Literally. I mean, you could do that without like you could literally just like hopefully have a curtain, but the steam is coming up and you could, it gives like Home Alone vibes, when the silhouette is like whatever. I just watched Home Alone too, so I feel like that's why that's in my mind. But literally, I mean, that's a thing too, is like, I talk about that often because I have so many ideas in the shower too. I think it's like, it's a thing, like water, you know, we're not going to get too woo woo, but I do feel like that's a thing. So that would be cool. Like if that's where you come up with ideas, you could be like in your towel and like closing the door and be like, cool, I'm going to go work on more ideas. Like this is where my ideas come to me. And your voiceover could be describing how all these ideas come to you in the shower. Honestly, that's fascinating. And that is relatable without you trying to even be relatable. It's you being you. And that's super important. So let's move into the next part of this training where I want to talk about the visuals and the messaging. So how to create the actual content. So when someone says, we relax in the shower, tub of overthinking, and just let it flow. Amen. When we think about content, this is where I get so frustrated with people calling like messaging content. Like there's so much more to content than just messaging. And the way that I see it is content has two parts. There's the visuals, whether that is like a video or a picture or the font, whatever it is, the coloring. There's the visual part of the content and then the messaging. There are two things that make up content. Visuals, messaging combined. For a series, if you're creating your signature series, you can do in the visuals like little clips, like I mentioned, from your day or from various moments. Like it doesn't even have to be, again, I think this was a question yesterday in my mastermind. We overthink trying to match the visual perfectly to the message. We overthink that. And you could take different clips from your day and combine them all together and then have a voiceover that has nothing to do with what you're doing in the video. Like, don't overthink that. Behind the scenes moments, you want to capture those in video if you can. And then again, like I said, you could do all voiceovers for this. You could do chit chat reel style where you're sitting there. I mean, I just trained you on chit chat reels yesterday. You could sit there and you could do a chit chat. You could, again, your signature series doesn't always have to be one style of content. So maybe one day you have the voiceover. Maybe one day it's a vlog and you're like actually taking people with you. Maybe the next day it's a chit chat reel. It's less about the copywriting, it's less about the explaining, and it's more about pulling back the curtain. That is the whole point of the signature series. Again, I just want to reiterate, I want to come back to this. Your signature series is directly tied to your brand mission. So it's not like you're creating it, like I wouldn't create a series on redecorating my office. Like I wouldn't do that because I'm never going to teach someone how to decorate their office. That's not a part of what I do in my coaching world. So you want to keep in mind that this is directly tied into what you would eventually teach someone or what you are teaching your community already. This series also doesn't have to be like this big overhaul. So maybe you have 3 posts that are included in the series. Maybe you have 5, maybe you have 10. It doesn't matter. You get to choose what that looks like, but it's important that everyone knows that it's a part of a series. So to have this title, when you title it, when you reference it, make sure, and this is where like I hate on ChatGPT a lot. Like I hate on AI a lot because I feel like it's really robbing people of their authenticity. And it is. It's really unfortunate. But this is a place where I do feel like you could utilize ChatGPT or AI, whatever system you're using, to help you condense a really good title. So every time you kick off this video, you could say, welcome back to my series where I'm going from 0 to 1,000 on Substack, 0 from 1,000 subscribers on Substack. You see how that's like really quick and to the point? I'm not taking too much time, but as the video kicks off, I'm letting people know what this series is. Welcome back to my series, blah, 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 okay? Now, I'm going to skip through those notes because I already said all of that. All right, so with your signature series, this is, again, how you're going to become known for a particular topic. This is going to be part of your content strategy. When it comes to creating your signature series, it would be very smart if you included like this. I'm like a huge Google Calendar girly, and it would be really smart, whatever you use to organize your time, have a particular day where you record and post your series. The more that you can create predictability in that sort of thing, like it's like podcasting, for example. You should probably upload your podcast the same day of the week, which sometimes I suck at that, but it's always a goal. Like I have it on my calendar, record, and then a day where I upload or schedule, whatever. The same thing goes for your signature series. So maybe you record throughout the week, and then on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, you upload your signature series vlog or your video. And people are like, oh, it's Wednesday. Like, this is cool. Like, I'm excited. And that's a full day of content that you already have planned every single week. That's insane. This is also how you're going to create authority without trying to be an authority. Like, gosh, that is not fun to try to be an authority. I don't know why we're all teaching that. It's not fun to like try to be looked at as someone who's up here. Anyway, this is also how you're going to sell without ever selling. Like your content is going to do selling for you, and you're going to have to do nothing but be yourself. It's fascinating to see how this works. I can't wait to see what you guys create, by the way. If you are watching this, please send me your signature series content so I can gas you up. Okay, that is day 2 of Chanmas, where we covered creating a signature series in your content. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did not catch day 1 of how 2026 is the year of Chit Chat Reels, you can find the link in my bio and it'll send you the playlist immediately, or you can comment if you're watching the replay. It won't happen if you comment on it live, but if you're watching the replay, you can comment the word Chanmas and we will DM you the playlist link immediately so you can get day 1 and day 2. Just to remind you, this is also a challenge. So if you want to participate in the challenge, I'm not going to repeat all the directions, but I'll put the directions in the caption here so that you can get a free seat to my upcoming masterclass. Day 2, baby. Day 3, I can't even remember what the topic is. Oh, day 3 is going to be, we're going to talk about like repeat events in your business, because this year every single month this year, I launched something new, which is exhausting, exciting, and all the things in between. So I'm going to be coming from a place of this next year, 2026, I'm going to be repeating some of those events, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do that in your business to create community, to create higher conversion, to create like brand familiarity, all of these things. All this psychology is going to go into that, and that's what tomorrow is going to be. So if you also register for the 12 Days of Chanmas, you'll get the calendar so you know exactly when I go live, and you can catch all the replays will be sent to you as well. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. Mwah, Mom. Thanks for the hat, and have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow.